Okay, it is noon. So this is Lori Sign with the SCAG School of Pharmacy Career Services, and we are continuing the 10-day Handshake Challenge. So thanks for being here today, and we are on day 8. Each day we're spending just a few minutes together to kick off our career with an easy action item, something that you can do within a matter of minutes of either on this call or a few minutes after our session together, where you can take an actionable step to complete your profile. I also give an added value item each time we meet through this 10-day Handshake Challenge, so that we just dive in a little bit deeper into a specific topic and give you some more information. Today, we're talking about reaching out to peers through Handshake and conducting an informational interview. So I'll explain what an informational interview is here in a moment, but the action item today is to message 3 peers within Handshake, and really just to do some research on the peers, and if you find individuals who have professional experiences that you admire, really encouraging you to reach out. It might be a stretch for some, depending on our comfort level of kind of reaching out as a cold message or a cold call, as some people name it, but really just engaging and showing curiosity in someone else's experience is the action item for today. So use Handshake to build these connections, messaging peers, reach out to even alumni that might be within some of these other peer universities, and maybe held an internship that you're interested in, or had a rotation that you would be interested in learning more about, had a specific experience. The key here is that you want to learn more. So Handshake really makes it easy for us to do this. There's over 14,000 students and alumni. There's over 1,000 industries and job functions. Again, you're specifically looking for those students and those peers who are in pharmacy school. So you can do a specific search on PharmD students. Pharmacy school would be another keyword search that you might look at, but really it will help you make career decisions when you are reaching out to people, asking for information, and really getting answers to career-related information that will help you make these decisions moving forward. So a couple ways that you can do this. First, you could go into the Q&A toolbar within your Handshake profile. Select the Q&A, and you could type in just a general question. If you have a specific interest in working in a hospital or a specific hospital, you might make that question in the Q&A and see who's responded. So if I'm asking, how did being a pharmacy major prepare you for a pharmacist job at Mercy Medical Center, then I might reach out specifically to Erin Day. I could read her response, look at her profile, and then reach out directly. You could also just do that general search of PharmD students as kind of the major. Type in PharmD as the keyword, type in pharmacy school as the major, and pull up students within specific locations or specific universities, etc., to really start making these connections and building your network. What does that actually look like and sound like when you're reaching out? I know we all have kind of our own comfort level, I guess, of how comfortable we are reaching out to someone. So I'd like just to offer you extra, this is the added value item of how that might sound. So I like to follow a 3-step process when reaching out to really anyone for information. The key here is that you're not asking them for anything else but for a little bit of time to share information, because you're looking to learn. If you approach outreach messages in that manner, even if it's with faculty, or if you are talking with other staff members, anytime that you want to make a connection to someone, what you're asking for is just time. And most individuals are really willing to give a few minutes to share information about their experiences. So the 3-step process is 1, to explain why you're reaching out and who you are. 2 is to say, I'm interested in learning. And that's the key phrase. That means that they know that you're not reaching out for a job, you're not reaching out, for anything else to someone that you don't know. You're just interested in learning. And hopefully that helps your comfort level as well, because you're not asking someone for, the moon and the stars. You're simply just asking for a little time. And then the 3rd step is to provide a call to action. And that call to action is to schedule some type of interaction. So that might be, 15 minutes on the phone. It might be setting up a Zoom call. It might be, are you willing to, exchange emails about some information? Are you willing to connect on LinkedIn in addition to Handshake? So the action item is just what you're looking for in terms of this further connection. A sample of what that might sound like. Hello, Sheila. So you want to be fairly formal if you are reaching out to an employer or a faculty member at any point, an alum who's already practicing. You might use, Dr. Sheila Brown as an example of the full name and their credentials. If you're reaching out to another peer, I think it would be okay to use their first name. That's kind of based upon your comfort level as well. I found your experience with Mercy Medical through Handshake's career platform online features. I'm intrigued by your experience completing a drug utilization review with Mercy Medical. I'm a current pharmacy student at the University of Skaggs School of Pharmacy, and I am interested in learning more about your managed care practice experiences. Would you have 15 minutes in the next week for a phone call or a Zoom? So this really follows that 3-step process. It's short, it's brief, it's something that they're going to be able to digest quickly and make that determination of, yes, I have 15 minutes, I'd be happy to share more. And through that process, they're going to want to learn more about you. So this is absolutely a way that you can grow your network as well. And this is more along the lines of informational interviewing. So as you set up these follow-up steps, these to do like Zoom calls or 15-minute phone meetings, what you want to do is now really prepare for that meeting. So I'd like to turn your attention now to our resource section in Handshake, where I've curated a lot of information that I've created over the years or that I've pulled from other sources to help you through everything career related. So everything from CV writing to interviewing to preparing for residency and fellowship. All of this information is curated and added into the resource section of Handshake. So how do you get there? You go to your career center in your profile. You then click on resources, and then you click on the article that I've created or curated. And for this specific topic, I'm going to direct you to the Networking Informational Interview Guide. And this will help you prepare for these types of meetings. It will give you suggested questions that you might ask. It really, as you go in for an informational interview, you are leading the conversation with the person that you've asked that time from. So you are leading the conversation, so you want to properly prepare for it and have those questions ready in advance. You also want to be prepared to talk about yourself. Tell them who you are, what experiences you've had, what interests you. So kind of along the lines of that SOAR process that we went through in day 1 to complete your about section of your Handshake profile, kind of the why you're interested in pharmacy, the what you've done, the evidence behind some of the things that you've done that show your interests. This is what you want to prepare to get ready for this informational interview so that it's a two-way conversation, and mainly you're asking the questions, you're sharing why it's important for you to know this information, and all the pleasantries that go around with informational interview, including the follow-up, which is so pertinent. so that you can carry on that conversation and nurture that newfound relationship and connection. So there's lots of tips and just information in this informational interview guide that will help you conduct this meeting successfully. So that wraps up today's day 8 with your action item of trying to reach out to 3 peers within Handshake, and also using the informational interview guide to prepare some type of connection and contact as you send these messages and wanting to get more information from people. I will take your questions. If you do have questions right now, please type them into the chat. Okay, so it looks like people that are on are saying that they don't have any questions at this point. So I appreciate you being here. I am always available. If questions do come up at a later time to schedule an appointment with me, feel free to reach out and we can have those discussions. Take care, everyone. Bye.